meant to select everyone there. There we go. One big happy family. Okay. Dom, you go talk to our informant.
Keep it quiet, and I'll tell you what I know. They've got this tribal father stashed away in one of the tents. I can't be sure which one exactly, but he's definitely here.
I know which one, don't worry.
I suggest you do this while everyone's still plastered. We just came back from a successful raid, and everyone's been either drinking or helping themselves to the prisoners. That's all I have for you. I'm not gonna deliver him to you for what you're paying me. Oh, and by the way, we never met. So don't try to talk to me again. I could get killed for helping you. Or worse.
Boom. Spoke to the informant. And so, yeah, he was serious about not talking to him again. Do not talk to him again. So he's going to just casually walk back over and rejoin his friends. Bastards. But that was our first mission objective complete. Contact the informant. Now we can move on. And we can loot that bookshelf. Objective the second. Loot the bookshelf. Carefully. And I can't remember exactly where all the enemies are placed, but I think we're pretty clear to move through this area. Because the enemies will be, like, over here. But, you know, I have definitely been wrong before on several occasions, so don't take my word for it. But it looks like we're okay for the moment. We'll just see. Yep, Sleeping Raider. Okay. So, here is what we're going to do. We're going to have Dom sneak up on this guy and hit him with the shotgun. And in case things go sour, we'll have Stitch cover him, even though Stitch doesn't have a very good weapon skill. And so, this is where, like, the stealth part comes in, because remember he said that all the raiders are plastered? They totally are. So a bunch of them are asleep. They're off guard. So we are going to quickly save. And then move on our target. Textbook. Can't miss from point blank range. Well, actually, you can. I've seen it happen. And it is always frustrating when it does. But we didn't miss that time. 44 magnum ammo and a scout handbook. Yes, friggin' please. So 44 magnum ammo goes into the 44 magnum revolver, but it also is the ammo used for the Desert Eagle, I believe. They share the same ammo, even though it's called 44 magnum ammo. So, but I'm not a gun expert. Do those two pistols actually share ammunition in real life? The, like, 44 revolver and the Desert Eagle? Wouldn't think though, right? That revolver rounds would be different from a, you know, a handgun like that, but I mean, they're both handguns. But you know what I mean. I'm not a gun person by any means. Now, the real question is how best to deal with this guy without alerting the bandits and triggering the alarm. So maybe I just sneak up with Dom again. Nope. Okay, not bad. Could have gone worse, right? Things could always go worse. More spears. Not what I am excited about. And more spears. You know what? You know, we play with the cards that were dealt, right? Okay. So this is actually... Like, there are more raiders sleeping over here. Oh, son of a bitch.
Alarm! Intruders in the camp! Wake up, you pissant sons of bitches! I swear I'll cut the balls off anyone I don't see fighting! Get up, you curs! If they escape, God help me, I'll burn the motherfucking still to the ground!
Must have been fun to deliver that line. Okay, so yeah. Remember what I said about it's pretty much inevitable that will trigger the alarm? It just happened. What I was about to say is that this area here is actually a good place to defend ourselves once the alarm goes off. There are raiders sleeping in here, but this like alley here is great for bottlenecking the enemy. So that is a good strategy. And don't forget to loot this cabinet over here. And look, they still de-aggro, right? So even though the alarm went off and everybody is alert, quote unquote, they don't know where we are. So that's good. And I'll just keep moving people up. Yeah, get into frickin'... So yeah, now the raiders are on the move. So we need to get into cover reasonably quickly. Oh man. So... because the alarm went off this early, I don't actually know if these two raiders are still sleeping, which is really kind of a piss off, because when they're asleep, it's super easy to just sneak in here and execute them. Wow. Holy crap. Dom's getting better than I thought. Oh, come on. You know what I meant. Buff out and a first aid kit. I'll take it. Man, yeah, so see what I meant about, like, bottlenecking them? They're all kind of just going to come down this alleyway, and we'll just take them out as needed. There, Ripley the prisoner. Unhurt. So we want to make sure that she gets out of this unharmed. What happens if Dom stands up? Can he hit that guy? No. That's fine. So, this actually presents an interesting... how to proceed, you know, is the question here. So Dom and Brian can probably cover the... the alleyway. And Trevor even. Actually, Dom and Brian and Farsight can handle the alleyway, and I'll send Stitch and Trevor over around here to flank the enemy. Not bad. Oh, and don't forget to unlock this locker. Or loot this locker up here. I believe there's an AK-47 in it. I believe that's scripted loot. Okay. And you know what? Even though the alarm went off, things are going well. So we'll just make a quick special little save in case something does go wrong. And we'll just see if anybody's awake in here. I mean, I know there's a guy. Yep, they're awake. Oh, but maybe we can lure them into the alleyway where our allies can fight them. Time for something stupid. That guy needs more action. I know exactly what that guy meant. Needs more action points. Okay, so there's nobody in this section here, which is good. Get her, Trev. Get her. Nice. Perfect execution. We love it. We love to see it. Alright. You... Well, I mean, Trevor did get a little bit wounded. But that's what stim packs are for. And Stitch, you go and loot the locker for me quickly. Boom. Now the AK-47 uses 7.62, so we want to give that to Dom. That is the gun that we want him to have, especially since he's been doing so well on this mission so far. And did I loot that guy? I looted those two, but I loot this person? No, I did not. Of course, they only have spears, because that's all these raiders seem to have. It's actually kind of liberating not having to worry about the alarm. Because this one over here is actually tricky to disarm without alerting the raiders that are on duty sort of in the main drag here. And yeah, you can see everybody sort of awake and grouped up down here. So we want to shoot them as they run up this street to get us. And there are lots of great defensive points on this map. Lots of cover for us to work with, which is great. So now, I think we want to move up with Dom, because there are still raiders inside this building, I believe. And we'll just quickly start looting people, I guess, while we have the opportunity. Spears. Man, I am going to sell the quartermaster so many spears. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be nuts. Yep, there's the other one. And deceased. And more spears. Gotta love them. And tell you what, let's actually run you up in here, just in case, so you can see down this alley. And you had a club. Great. Oh, a raider heavy. Get him. Get him! Nice! Beautiful. I love my squad. I love my team. And so yeah, the Elder is in this tent. And as we saw when the alarm went off, the Raider boss is in that tent. And just so nobody can use it again. Yeah, okay. So, once it's gone off, you can't disarm it again. It would be redundant, obviously. So let's just have Dom see about opening this door. I don't know if you need a key for it. I can't remember if you need a key for it. Yeah, it's locked. So do one of these people have a key, or do I have to pick it? There's the Magnum. And the house key. We love to see it. I figured that guy might have it. Him being, you know, the Raider heavy and everything. What? That doesn't unlock that door? You kidding me? What does it go to then? House key. Where's the house? Oh, that might mean this one. Yeah, that might mean that one. Oh well. Well, that's fine. Farsight should be able to pick the lock anyway. Yep, there you go. Just like that. It was unlocked. And actually, I think we want Dom to talk to her. Not that I think it really matters, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it does matter, so you never want to miss the opportunity to talk to important characters with your leader.
Hey, please get me out of here. Please. Get me out of here and I'll pay you back someday. I don't have anything to give you now, but if you ever visit my town, Great Bend, just ask for Ripley and I swear I'll make it up to you. Please. Please don't let them touch me again.
Man, Ripley, you're looking rough. Whoa, 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 whoa! I really hope she makes it. Oh my god, is she gonna make it? I forgot that she runs if you talk to her. Especially after at the beginning where I talked all that stuff about them, you know. Wow, she made it. She friggin' made it. Guess I had nothing to worry about. And after all my talk about being careful about clearing out the enemies before you release prisoners. Man, the poor Ripley. So, I guess she was the prisoner that the raiders were helping themselves to, that our informant told us about, which is pretty screwed up. And that's one of the things about these, well, about the Fallout franchise in general, you know. It kind of has always sort of addressed and played with the idea of, you know, the darker side of humanity. Like in an apocalyptic world that's very dog eat dog, what people would do, not just to survive, but, you know, sort of the dark elements of humanity that would emerge without governmental or legal oversight of any kind, right? So there'll be a lot more grim encounters and situations like that in future episodes of this series, which, you know, I kind of enjoy, not because obviously the content is horrific and disturbing, but I like that the game includes stuff like that because it treats the world, it makes the world more believable, you know? It is totally realistic, unfortunately, that bandits would rape their prisoners. And as unfortunate as that is, it adds a level of grit, you know, and depth to the universe that ultimately enhances the player experience, which unfortunately seems to be sort of disappearing games like Fallout 4 and, you know, other games and other genres that have sort of leaned into the dark side of titles like this, are sort of doing less and less risky, putting less and less risky materials and sensitive content like that in their game. Just because if you don't handle it well or in a way that is sensitive, then it will make or break your title. You know, the critics, the fans will crucify you if they believe that you are sensationalizing what is a very serious and sensitive topic for the purpose of a video game. But enough of that. I'm sorry. I was waxing a little bit analytical there for a second, which I'm sure is not why you're watching this video, if you've even managed to make it this far. So, this road is a good place to fight. So now that we have a guy up there, we can see down it, and we can see not even all, just some of the raiders that we have to deal with. And you can tell that now that since the alarm went, they all grouped up in defensive positions, like I mentioned. But we can hopefully lure them up this road towards a little kill zone between these sandbags. And if not, we have Trevor, who can throw grenades at closely packed groups of enemies, which is pretty sick. So for now, we'll just focus on moving folks into position. And actually, Farsight, why don't you... Trevor, why don't you move up here, and then Farsight, you take over where he was, and Stitch, you're fine there for now. Okay. So, 0 chance to hit, but we could get their attention. Let's actually save it up for a second here. Now we want to clear out all these guys before we talk to the Elder, and then we want to clear out these tents, get the loot, clear the enemies, etc., etc. And oh, actually, was it Brian or Trevor who got the AK? No, Stitch. Yeah, Stitch got the AK, of course. Well, never mind. Dom, actually, we can put the Magnum on Dom's belt here. Hell yeah, do some damage with that. And how do we want to approach this? Maybe we'll use Stitch as our sort of sacrificial lamb. Yeah, and see, there's the Elder. We can see him in there. And all these raiders are worried about if they let us go, they're going to be killed by their own boss. Poor jerks. I mean, I really don't feel sorry for any of them. They're raiders, for God's sakes. Okay. Come on, guys. Take the bait. No? You don't want him? You don't want a piece of this? Fine. Maybe I can get them with Trevor. This is probably a bad idea, just because there's so many of them, but maybe. Sometimes you get lucky. Well, that, that almost worked. Right? That almost worked. Actually, we're going to try that again, because I think there's a way to pull that off. There we go. Get their attention. Wow. This is incredibly violent. But it kinda worked. Not gonna lie, that kinda worked. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I know this is like a walkthrough, so I shouldn't sound so surprised, right? I should be like, ah, yes, exactly according to plan. But honestly, this game is unpredictable enough that sometimes when something good like that happens, you just, you know, you can't help but be pleased. But yeah, that was effectively what I did want to have happen, right? Is to get their attention and then lure them up this street towards our gun placements. So that pretty much is exactly what we wanted to see happen. Now we just need to make sure that Stitch makes sure that everybody is, you know, not imminently going to die. Beauty. Get him! Get him! Oh my god, he's lore walking. Man, what a badass. And this will probably say nothing happens too, right? Because it's already gone off. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll get you to heal up Trevor. Good old Trevor. Nice work with the grenade. Beauty. And I think, actually, Farsight, you picked up another first aid kit, right? So we can give that to Stitch. Beauty. Alright, so, honestly, that was a success. Which is why we're going to save, and now we're going to loot these corpses. We do have to deal with that guy still, though. Ooh, and another AK. We love to see it. Man, there's a lot of people to loot. And another AK. Fantastic. And actually, we can give them to Dom right now. Ooh, isn't that exciting? And we'll have Dom loot these people. Scorpio machine pistol. Another club. Lots of melee weapons. Not exactly what we're looking for, but I'll take it. It's all money, right? It's all just money. Get him! Oh, there's more. Run, Dom! Run! Okay. That I was not expecting. How does the raider even know what a death knell is? Let's eat some fruit. Let's eat some mute fruit. Be all good. Perfect. And of course, new corpses to loot. Oh, Farsight is crippled now because Stitch failed to heal her. So that's actually another thing that can happen. People doing first aid on other units, if they it's still a percentage, like trying to shoot someone. If they fail to heal them, they can actually run the risk of injuring them further. So for example, what happened just now, Farsight was injured, Stitch tried to heal her with a first aid kit, and failed, crippling her arm. Which sucks, but it does happen. Something you should be aware of. So. A club. And they died on top of each other, which makes it very difficult to try and loot. There we go. But they both had clubs anyway, so why do I even bother? Why do I even bother? And at this point, there are so many corpses that I can't remember who I've looted and who I haven't. I've looted all of these guys. That guy's still down there. Let's see if Dom can take this guy out now again properly, because he doesn't have backup this time. Perfect. Now we can do some looting. And there's a Raider Heavy over there, and of course the boss inside here, who is also a Raider Heavy, with a... Oh, I forget what kind of gun he has, but it's a strong one. He might just have another AK, but I think I remember him having something alarming to shoot me with. Should make sure that there's nobody else inside this tent. There is someone right there, however. Running through the bullets. Bullet storm. Nice job, team. And there is a crate in there. More 9mm, another Scorpio. Another AK, a bunch of 7.62. This is quite the haul of loot. And I'm loving it. Ooh, meat pie. Meat, of course, being, yeah. We don't know what kind of meat that is. Probably Brahmin. Probably Brahmin. You know, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And, you know, I'll probably eat it. Right? Because I'll probably need health at some point. I think at this point it's safe for me to talk to the Elder. So let's do that then.
Thank the Brahmin god of rescue you're here. The scoundrels clubbed me from behind while I was making water in the woods, then put me in a sack. A sack! Me! It's obvious that these cretins were never taught to respect elders. I can tell you little more. But I know that braggart of a raider leader hides his ill-gotten treasures in his tent. Perhaps it might be worth your while to pay him a visit. I am ready to leave. Talk to me again when it is safe for me to dash to safety.
Right. So, That's what I said. Talk to him again, and he'll make the same run that Ripley did up to this corner. But this time, I am actually going to make sure that the coast is clear before sending him to do so. And let's begin moving our units down and into position. Because I think I've looted all these bodies. If I didn't, you know, let me know in the comments, and, you know, I'll beat myself up about it later. Right, there's the boss, O'Reilly. So we can see him and shoot him from here if we have a character with enough range. So, let's see if Farsight can hit him. 17, not good enough, but we could get his attention. And actually, I think we're going to have Dom give the other AK, one of the other AKs, to Brian. Because he is a good gunner. Okay. Another quick save, just in case something goes wrong. I don't want to have to go back and loot all those bodies again. And we'll get Farsight to take some pot shots. Oh, he might just be using an MP5. Nice! There we go. Alright, so that's the Raider boss dead. Beauty. And we can also pick up the liquor and shit that they left around their central campfire. Not that we need it, we are just going to sell it, but every penny helps, right? Ooh, meat jerky. We are not going to sell that, because meat jerky is awesome. Even if it is Raider meat jerky. Alright. So now, you're probably safe to move up there. I don't think there's anybody in that tent. They would have come out by now. So we'll get Dom to loot O'Reilly. And he had a machete. Hell yeah. And the prison door key. Okay, so the boss has the key to Ripley's cell. So if for some reason you don't have the lockpicks, or Farsight died and you don't have anyone who can effectively use the lockpicks, you can get the key to the prison cell from the Raider boss. And he had a nice machete. So we're going to take that. And that guy saw us, so we're going to move up into position here. Start a pissing match with the Raiders on the other side of these partitions. So Trevor, you can actually tell me what's in this tent here. A couple of pots to loot, and a switchblade. Gotta have a keen eye for whatever might be lying on the ground, because they're just so damn small. Oh, combat knife, hell yeah. That guy's feeling it. I think that was some kind of insect-based meal that I just picked up. Nice work! I love my team. Ooh, more rotgut. And the Elder said that O'Reilly keeps his loot in his tent. So let's just see what loot we've got on tap. Ring pulls. Okay, so this is an interesting piece of Fallout history. For anybody who's played the more recent Fallout games, you'll know that the currency, the universal currency in the Fallout universe, is caps. The caps from Nuka-Cola. Or, you know, any caps, really. But predominantly Nuka-Cola. Anyway, at this point in the franchise, that lore hadn't been established yet. So, or at least they took a different direction in this game. I'm not super well versed in the history of the franchise, but I know at the very least is that instead of caps, the currency for like the wasteland, like the Brotherhood has its own paper currency, kind of like the NCR, but the currency for wasteland is ring pulls, right? Like the tops off of soda cans rather than caps. So that's super cool. And yeah, he keeps his ill-gotten gains in the chest. Dude has 250 ring pops, a little bit of ammo, and a couple of stimpaks. I mean, it's not nothing, but, you know, you would kind of expect something a bit more from the chest of a raider boss, you know? But I'm not complaining. I'm complaining a little bit. I wanted something better. And more AK ammo I will always take. Alright, so at this point, what we want to do is kill the remaining raiders in this section of the map, and then blow up the still. And of course, loot this chest over here. So we're going to do that, and then we'll be able to talk to the Elder and escape. Make good our escape. And so to do that, to get to the other side here, we kind of basically need to go around this way and down. So we'll start moving up, I suppose. We let Farsight have her fun. She killed, what, like 2-3 people over here, so she should be satisfied. I'm just kidding. Farsight is never satisfied. Her bloodlust is insatiable. Oh, also, we can get inside this house because we picked up the key from the Raider Heavy over by Ripley's cell. Ah, and there is a sleeping man in there who apparently is so blackout drunk that he had no idea what was happening. Oh, and I didn't give Dom the Magnum yet from Farsight. I believe she's the one carrying it. No, who's carrying the Magnum? Brian, Trevor. Oh, Dom is carrying the Magnum. Fair enough. Wakey, wakey. Oh god, it's a Raider Heavy. I didn't realize it was a Raider Heavy. That's why he took a little bit longer to kill. Took a whole clip of 7.62. Dom's pretty lucky, though. Just take some dirt, some jerky, some rot gut. Jerky does almost no healing, which is great. We love that. What's that? That's iguana. Iguana on a stick. Sure. We'll just eat it all. Check the chest. Beautiful. The browning. Okay. And moving along. Honestly, this is going well so far. I've had this mission go sideways on me more than once. Just being unlucky with the guards and with the alarms, but honestly, all things considered, this has gone pretty well. Oh, looks like there is a raider in that building, which is good to know. Actually, maybe we want to flank this guy. I could shoot him through the window, actually, clearly. Man, unlucky. I wasn't even planning that. I didn't realize Farsight was in a position to shoot him through the window. But hey, I'll take it. And I'll loot that chest. Or crate. Oh, come on, you know what I mean. Just figure it out. Boom. More Molotovs. So those should really go to Trevor. My boy, Trev. Let's see, sorry, I'm going back. I'm trying to make sure that I looted everything. I don't think I looted this tent. Did I? I looted that one. I'm not sure if I looted this one. Maybe I just... Well, I'll have to go back to talk to the Elder anyway, so remind me. Alright, so there's the still guard, but I'm not seeing anybody else. Because Farsight is a badass and she apparently killed literally everyone. My hero. And there is nothing in here. Great. Love wasting my time. Tell you what, Stitch, you can head to this cover over here and cover us from across the partition in case something goes wrong. Oh. Can you not shoot anyone from their far sight? Are you not close enough? Well, that works. Oh. I believe I... Did I blow up the still, or did I almost blow up the still? Anyway, let's do some looting. So, you can blow up the still the way you might assume that you can blow up the still. You can shoot it, you can throw explosives at it, you can shoot the oil drums next to it, and that'll make it explode. It's not, God, why do I... Sorry, my brain is... My faculties are leaving me. Oh, and there is, apparently, one person over there that needs to be slain. Where's the rot gut? Where's the rot gut? There it is. Give it to me. Look, the chest. There. See? The chest next to the still had more ring pulls than the boss's loot chest. Which seems weird to me, but hey. I'm not a game designer. Time for some backup. There you go. Nice work, Bri. Beauty. Okay, I think that pretty much wraps it up. The only thing we have left to do is blow up the still, then talk to the Elder, and we can leave. So, why don't you go loot those bodies? Don't want to leave anything behind. Oh, there's another one. Hell yeah. And Dom, why don't you head to a safe distance? And Farsight, why don't you blow up the still, hopefully, by shooting the oil drum and not missing a whole bunch of times? Hell yeah, there we go. Okay. So you heard the little ding-ding noise. That means that we succeeded in our secondary objective. So we blew up the still, and also, thing to mention, you saw how I moved Dom and Brian away? That explosion will kill anybody in this room, I think. Certainly if you're standing next to it, you will die, so make sure that you are a safe distance away before blowing up the still. But, Dom, Farsight, Brian, and Trevor... Oh, I left Trevor back there. I didn't even realize. Y'all can move up, because I believe that's mission accomplished. Almost. Oh, I didn't loot the fridge. Alright. Trev, you go back and loot the fridge. And you can see that Dom has a level now. Dom, you make your way back through the complex and go talk to the Elder. What's in the fridge, Trev? Lay it on me. Right. Open it. Click. Damn it. Boom. Stinky meat platter. Hell to the yeah. Alright, boss. You're good to go. The way is cleared. I'm going to make a dash for safety. Come on, old timer. You can move faster than that. Oh, here it comes. Hell yeah.
The Elder has made his escape. Primary objective complete. Head to the extraction point to end the mission.
And the extraction point... where is the extraction point? There it is. Yeah, I knew it was right here. It just didn't spawn in right away. So yeah, there you go. That was mission number 2, Freeport. Rescued the Elder, rescued Ripley, blew up the still, and looted all of the raiders. So, we can take our squad, and we can head home.
Well done, warrior. On his safe return, Brahmin Wood's Elder informed our Inquisitors that he had been moved from camp to camp, presumably to keep his location a secret. Unfortunately, he was forced to wear a hood to prevent him from mapping his route and the location of the bandits' camps. One bit of information was learned. It seems some bandit groups are meeting some kind of opposition in the west. We didn't get any details, but the raiders have never won a conflict with this new presence. This could be just fearful mutterings of superstitious raiders, but it would give reason to their heightened activities in this region. The Brotherhood must investigate this new possible threat. The informant has been paid and is on his way to retrieve information on the new menace. You did well keeping him alive during your mission, and your attention to detail will bring you into high favor with the Brotherhood. Intelligence reports that the woman you freed is not from the surrounding villages. That is not unusual since the Raiders' slave network is vast. While you might have saved an innocent from the horrors of captivity, You should have brought her back for interrogation. Do not let sympathy overcome your duty. Dismissed.
And that also confirms for us that Ripley made it out safely as well. And so she mentioned when we rescued her that she would make it up for us if we ever made it to Grand Bend. Well, Grand Bend just happens to be one of the locations that we will be visiting not long from now. So we will be able to have her make good on her promise to reward us. But for now, we will return to the bunker. And that'll be it. I mean, we'll do the leveling up first, because everybody likes to see that. So, Dom, Farsight, Stitch, Brian, Trevor. So, Stitch didn't get a level, because again, he is a level higher than the rest of the group. Oh, Pilot Christian is here. His presence... I've never been assigned a mission I haven't finished. There ain't nobody better behind the wheel. Good to know. We like Pilot Christian. Not that he's an active member of our squad or anything, but... his presence might indicate that the next mission, or missions coming up, will have the presence of vehicles. That's right, you get to drive in this game. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, we'll just do the leveling. Oh, and we get a new perk. Now let's see. Bear with me a moment, because just for my... God damn it. You heard my phone. Just for my own sake, I did make some notes on my phone about leveling. So, Thief is not bad because of the benefits, because it makes our sneaking better. And again, we are going to do a little bit of sneaking here and there. It makes the early part of the game easier, certainly, especially with a couple of levels coming up. But again, not really what our squad is into, you know, the sneaking. So, a couple of these are quite good. But I think we want to actually maybe save our perk so that we can take 2 perks at level 6, which will be the next time that we get perks. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So instead, we'll just focus on allocating our points. Well, and of course, we want to focus on our tag skills. And then we'll just allocate the additional skills accordingly. Yeah, pop that into energy. That works for me. Okay. Critter, equip with, etc. Okay. 1 extra promotion for each level. Not bad, but not necessary. Skill books. Oh, we picked up that scout handbook too that we could have read. We can still read that. It's still in our inventory. Our child. Night vision, quick pockets. Scout. You know what? Because Farsight is our sniper, we're going to give her the we are going to give her the thief skill. And of course, bump up her small gun skill. And then we'll just allocate the additional perks sort of at random across the board. Make sure that he's pretty well balanced. Stitch didn't get level up. Brian. When your hit point gets below, you gain additional resources. That's not bad. No, not bad. With Brian 2, we might want to take 2 perks at level 6 instead of giving him perks now. Yeah, we'll just take 2 perks at level 6, and we'll bump up your gun skill. And he also has big guns tagged, which is good because we want someones who will be able to use big guns effectively once we get to them. And he does have sneak as a tagged skill, which is interesting. And yeah, again, just sort of distributing the others at random. Awareness, flower check gunner, here now, night vision, quick pockets, stone walls, team player. And yeah, we'll do the same. We'll pick 2 perks for Trevor at level 6. Bump up your guns. Bump up your throwing. And he also has sneak tagged, which is interesting to note. Sure, traps. Just because we will be encountering traps soon, and having people who can deal with them is pretty essential. Okay. Yeah. So, and yeah, you noticed I mentioned, so when you get perks, the perk selection menu automatically pops up when you hit a level that qualifies you for a next perk. If you hit cancel without picking a perk, you don't lose the opportunity. That perk point is just saved until the next level where you get to apply perks. So at level 6, we're level 3 right now. At level 6, that's the next time we get to apply perks, and we'll get there soon enough. We'll be able to choose 2 perks at level 6, and of course the reason we want to do that instead of selecting something like Thief now is because there are certain perks that are level locked. That are just better that you get at level 6. So it's worth the wait, and not taking it now isn't going to, sabotage our gameplay or our success. And actually, while we have Dom, we'll quickly have him read the Scout Handbook, which increases, I believe it increases sneak, outdoors, and maybe one other thing, but I don't exactly know. Anyway, it's a skill book. It increases your abilities, which is always a good thing. And usually I just have Dom, like the main character, read them because we want him to be good. But if you, like, for example, I could have also given that to Farsight, who is kind of like our sniper ranger character. She also would have benefited from reading that book. The best advice I can give, though, is don't agonize for too long over who to give bonuses, because you'll just end up never using them. Figure out what they do, make a decisive decision, use it, and then just move on. But yeah, that was level 2 of the game, Freeport, and honestly, it went really well. Nobody even got bandaged or anything like that. We got a lot of loot, nobody died. Really am pleased with how that worked out for us. So, just like last time, I'll take the squad and I'll visit the recruiter. I'll go to the quartermaster, sell our stuff, reorganize our inventory, but you guys don't need to see that. So the next time we come back, we'll leave and we'll go to begin the 3rd mission of the game, that I can't actually remember what it is right now. It's Rock Falls. Rock Falls is the next mission of the game, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So thank you, my dear friends, for joining me and watching, and I will see all of you in the next episode. Be well.